Number 8, Tyler Horsboom. Number 9, Farina Alzakari. Number 10, Jamie Lee Walker. Number 11, Ella Blythe. Number 12, Sarah White. Number 13, Isabel Grise. Number 14, Ngozi Masindi. And number 15, Aurora Bowie. And the Gigi's women's rugby team is led by head coach Duncan McNaughton. At this time, as part of our pre-game program, please join us for the Indigenous Affirmation, followed by a live version of the national anthem performed by Ruby Foxglove. Dans le cadre de nos cérémonies d'avant-match, joignez-nous pour l'affirmation autochtone, suivie d'une version en direct de l'hymne national chanté par Ruby Foxglove. As we gather for this event, the Gigis pay respect to the Algonquin people, who are the traditional guardians of this land. Nous reconnaissons le lien sacré de longue date l'unissant à ce territoire qui demeure non cédé. Nous rendons également hommage à toutes les personnes autochtones qui habitent Ottawa, qu'elles soient de la région ou d'ailleurs au Canada. We acknowledge the traditional knowledge keepers, both young and old, and we honor their courageous leaders, past, present, and future. Merci. Thank you.
Oh, Canada, true patriot love in all of us command, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix, ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Welcome to Matt Anthony Field for RCQ semifinal action. U Ottawa GGs versus the Concordia Stingers. My name's Anna Jodge, and I'm joined here by
Miss Miami. Hello, folks. It's quarterfinals today at Matt Anthony.
semis.
Oh, I'm watching too much
Too much rugby.
too much World Rugby as of right now. But today is the semifinals. Pretty pumped. Whoever wins this will get to go to finals against either Carleton or Laval for a chance to go to nationals, which is at Laval this year.
Yeah. Top two teams from each conference automatically earn a berth to nationals. The past 5 years, it has been U Ottawa and Laval, but Concordia have had a strong showing this year, only dropping their games to Ottawa and Laval. We got number 15, Aurora Bowie, with the drop kick to start us off here.
It is the theme of today's game at U Ottawa is Pride Game, I believe.
Yes, it is indeed. So kickoff goes to the Concordia 22. They're going to play it out with their forwards. Huge hit coming from Winnie Au. Mahalia Robertson's going to opt to clear. Kick is received by Jamie Lee Walker, who's going to take it in at half. El Sharqui out to Kamba, who's met right away by the defense. Rolls for another couple of few, though. Sarah White back in garnet and gray. Bowie, Wade, over top to Blythe, just misses the hands and into touch. Ella Blythe, the number 11, usually coming off the bench and making a big impact, but into the starting lineup at the wing today. Concordia lineout at half. Hannah Buller with the throw in. But it's stolen by Steele. Farida gonna take it to deck. Steele gonna play scrum half out to McDonald, who drives leg for 5 meters. El Sharqui's gonna go back to the short side. Wade with a nice reception and a couple of nice boshes. She's gonna keep driving the legs up to the halfway mark. El Sharqui, Jamie Lee Walker, clearance kick.
Mahalia with a good reception and kick back.
But finds Jamie Lee Walker, who's gonna kick it straight back.
Unfortunately, goes out right away.
Out of bounds while you're outside your 22 means it'll go back to the spot where it's kicked from. So it's gonna be a GG's line out. Or sorry, a Concordia line out. Buller with a throw in again. Oh, fake out the U Ottawa GGs, then go up top to number 7, Roxanne Galliano.
Called knock on by the ref. Concordia hands to meet their number 12, I believe.
Playing advantage to the Stingers.
Number 9 to 4. On her feet still. Concordia is going coast to coast here.
Big hit by Deborah, but the Stinger managed to keep her feet. Sarah White gets it in the action. Looks like it's going to be called a maul, but
Concordia
GG's
finds-
release.
Yeah. Concordia 13 going for a yard gain line.
Como
Cute little kick.
finds Bowie, who's going to kick it straight back with the left foot. Finds a
Mahalia
good bounce, but Mahalia Robertson is underneath. Great cover tackle by Aurora Bowie.
Concordia still with the ball.
Haven't made much yardage here since about a couple minutes ago.
Couple phases now.
Como gonna go out to
Number 13.
23.
Oh.
Steve Kaladayan.
Concordia gets pushed back a little bit.
Looks like we're gonna go back to a previous penalty against the GGs. Offside, I believe.
Mahalia is
Number
gonna
1.
kick it for touch. For the first touch of the game. Mahalia third in the RCQ for lead scorer at 71 points.
Yep, she's gotten 21 converts this year, so quite an impressive kicking game that she's had. Going to be a Stingers line out again.
Hannah Buhler with the ball. Concordia wins their own line out.
Uncleanly, though, but still going forward. Como out to Robertson.
Good hands.
She's going to find her number 4, Anley. Good momentum here for the Stingers. 12-13 on a nice tip line, but Sarah White is there to meet her. Sarah White back in action after 3 games out.
Steve going for a little break here. Mahalia
Robertson going to chip over the defense, but Bowie's there. Calls the mark. Good decision. Don't see that a lot in RCQ rugby, but good rugby IQ by Bowie to call the mark. If you catch the ball within your own 22 and call mark right away, you'll get a bent arm penalty. So that means if they kick it out of bounds, it will be a Stingers line out, but they opt to just field.
to number 15. Faking the kick, going straight into contact from Debs and Leah Stiles. Number 8 from Concordia.
Anderson.
Looks like the ball, fumbled a lot, but ball still Concordia. to
Robertson going to go over the head of the GGs.
Whistle.
Coming back to a previous penalty against the GGs, no wrap in the tackle. Duncan McNaughton seems quite confused by that call up on his ladder. Robertson's gonna opt to go for the penalty kick. Good decision. You know, we see that in big games like this. Teams will often, back their kicker and try to get points slowly. We saw that this morning in World Rugby, Argentina versus Wales.
Mm-hmm. And Argentina, Ireland currently playing right now as well.
New Zealand, Ireland, yep.
Sorry.
Looks like it's going to go short, so ball is live. Aurora Bowie's going to let it go out the end zone, so it's going to be a 22.
Good decision by Aurora Bowie. If she would have tapped it down, it would have been kickoff on their try line, but now it's on their 22, giving them a bit more yardage.
Bowie gonna kick it deep. Finds Robertson.
Robertson knows exactly where to be when you Ottawa kicks.
Bowie with a nice kick. It's gonna bounce a couple times before finding Robinson. Jamie Lee Walker is back for the kick. She's gonna look to field it though. Finds a bit of a gap.
Still going.
Jamie Lee Walker started every single game this season at the number 10. Advantage for the GGs. Looks like they were playing it in the ruck. Gorgeous. Gorgeous offload by Sarah White, but then a bit of messy play ensues. So we're going to come back to the previous penalty. Jamie Lee Walker going to look to kick it down the line. GG's lineup. We'll see Emma Wade throw in today.
First one for the GGs, I believe.
I think so. They're going to opt for a 6-person lineout.
Concordia adjusting.
Concordia a bit confused here. They go up to steal, and it's a clean line out. They're going to go down for the maul, which is taken down, but no advantage.
Emma Wade
the GGs.
Takes the ball in.
El Sharkawi out to steal. Gains a couple yards. JLW to McDonald's. Offloads to Sarah White. Momentum coming the GG's way, but ref's going to call it a forward pass. Ultimately a mistake, but some really great rugby and, kind of open play rugby as well from the GGs.
Yeah. Concordia ball. By number 1, Megan Como. Concordia in their red zone right now, probably going to look to kick for territory.
Yeah, Mahalia has been, like we said, she's a great kicker, so I'm sure we'll see, and lots of wind here today, so.
And the wind is against Concordia.
GGs have 2 back in preparation for the kick. That's Bowie and Walker. Como. This scrum's a little bit more clean, but nice drive by the GGs. Ball pops out the back.
Mahalia.
Under a bit of pressure there at the kick. I don't think they found as much yardage as they would have liked to. We come back to about the same spot we just had a line out. We'll see if the GGs opt for the same call here. They, last week versus Bishops, had nearly a 50-yard maul that just kept moving, so we know they have some dominance there. Looked like the other one got brought down, but there was no call, so we'll see how this one goes. Emma Wade. Fake to steal, goes up in the front. Taking cleanly. Looks like they're going to go for the maul. Slow progress. Leah Stiles and Rachel Steele. Looks like penalty coming for the GGs. And they're going to opt to go to Sarah White, who's on a vengeance mission. Offloads it, but doesn't find target. We're going to go back to the penalty. Number 6.
When a team gets an advantage, usually you as soon as you hear that, you want to do, I don't know, a magical play, because even if it doesn't work out, you will still get the ball back.
Yeah, you can try something a bit riskier because, like you said, you'll get the ball back. Whereas if you do that just without advantage, there is, risk involved. So It's going to be another GG's line out deep in the Concordia red zone. I'm sure we'll see another maul here, especially with a coach like Duncan McNaughton, who's so well versed in the forwards. They're going to go up to Borsboom this time. Oh, that's going to be advantage for the GG's.
The GG's
Concordia player hit Tylo Borsboom in the air. Rolling maul here with penalty advantage.
Concordia doing their best to stop the stampede of a GG's.
But GG's keep going, and they're going to dot down for a try. I believe that's going to be number 2, Emma Wade. Great show here from the U Ottawa forwards, showing how dominant they can be in the line out. And you know, it's a tough place to be as the Stingers. Like they already have a couple of penalties against them in the maul, so going forward, the ref is going to be more inclined to go against them. Urabawi's going to take the kicking duties. She's shared this season with Jamie Lee Walker. The two of them are U Ottawa's top 2 scorers at the moment for the season. Convert goes straight down the middle for Bowie, so it's going to be 7-0 for the GG's.
Concordia with a kickoff.
GG's try scored by number 2, Emma Wade. The convert is good from number 15, Aurora Bowie. The GG's lead 7-0.
Concordia will try and get back and put some points on the board now.
Looks like Emma Wade finally learned how to take the ball in a maul. I think at the start of the season, Ketsia Campbell was saying she refused to take it at the back of the maul, but now she's able to.
Now she's confident.
She's confident after a couple games at hook. Jamie Lee Walker with the clearance kick. Finds a bit of space. It's going to bounce well for the GG's, pitting the Stingers over by their 22.
Concordia ball. Number 2, Buller. He's going to throw in. It is a 5-person lineup.
Going to go up to the middle. It's met cleanly. Out to the backs. Robinson to her number 4.
Good
Nice
offload.
offload for a bit of a half break there. Quick play here from the Stingers. Down the wing. Anderson going to take it for another couple yards. Como out to Robinson, who's going to opt to kick.
Beautiful kick.
Beautiful kick over the head of Jamie Lee Walker, and that's going to be a 50-22 for Mahalia Robertson. Great show of some skill there.
She definitely knows where to look.
Yeah. Stingers think about going quick for a second there, but finally opt to slow it down and go to their forwards.
Concordia definitely will want to keep ball possession here and keep a clean ball.
This is probably about as deep as the Stingers have been thus far in the game. Fake at the front. We're going to go up to the middle. Met cleanly. Maul here for the Stingers.
9 with the ball.
Como out to Robinson. Wide pass to her 13. Another wide pass to 15. Ball finds the winger. Stingers going sideline to sideline here with some great passing, but ultimately are going to knock the ball on in the tackle, I believe, and it's going to be a GG's scrum deep in their red zone. For those of you who are watching us instead of World Rugby action, we can confirm that the All Blacks have just defeated the world #1 Ireland to advance to the world semifinal. So
What a game.
what a game is right. But we're in for a game here too, so
We have our own semifinals here.
GG scrum. Pretty dominant here. Borsboom's going to pick and go, but met right away by the #9.
Definitely will try and kick it out.
Bowie with a high kick. Finds about 30 yards. Puts a bit of pressure off the GG's shoulders.
Concordia ball. Probably going to send it to the backs and work a little bit of their back magic here.
Yeah, we've seen this season the Concordia backs can really use their wide passing and attack the edge well. Matt Anthony is a bit of a more narrow field, so works well to the GG's advantage, you know, less space on the edge for the Stingers.
Concordia opting for a maul.
But good defense by the GG's. They're going to drive it back and hold on to it. Oh, no, they're going to let go. Ball is knocked on, and then Deborah Oyatoran's going to pick it up. El Sharqui out to McDonald down the edge. Ball goes to Steele. Looks for the last pass, but then off to take it herself. Crazy offload to Ketsia Kamba. GG's are rolling into the half here. Jamie Lee Walker, Bowie, Masindi down the sideline with a stiff arm. Oh, big hit from the Stingers, but there was no wrap. Ref didn't see it, though. Chip kick over the GG's head. Bowie's going to field it. Look to attack the edge on the right side. Ow. To Ella Blythe, who's got some speed. Tries to find a corner, but is met well by the Stingers. Looked to me like 2 tackles here with not really any wrap, but no call from the ref. So it's going to be a Concordia line out as the GG's took it out of bounds.
Seems like your player is going to take a knee, meaning that they need some tending. Number 14, Ngozi Musindi.
As we said, she took it down the sideline and had a big hit with no wrap, so sure it just take the breath out of you a bit.
Rachel Steele with a steal.
Steal by steal. Should trademark that.
Actually, no, it was a GG ball, I believe.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't, okay.
El Sharqui, it's going to go short side. Steele just misses target, but it goes backwards.
Oh.
Sorry, it was knocked on by the Stingers in the tackle, so it's still going to be a GG's ball. Scrum at the 22.
Ketsia telling the ref that there is a player down. Time is off. It'll get some reconvening time for the GG's to talk and Concordia to talk as well.
Yeah. Get away with words, Miami.
It's my PhD in English, you know?
Yeah. So, Miami, what do you think of these first 20 minutes here?
Definitely feels like a semifinals game. It's always crazy and hectic, and both teams show up. Definitely my favorite season of rugby when playoffs happen. Concordia doing really well with ball in hand, ball possession. They can keep it. They can hold it. They can move forward with it. The GGs seem to be breaking line a bit more and finding offload. So
really dynamic from the GGs.
Yeah.
But a couple of missed opportunities. You know, sometimes when you play fast like that, drop balls happen, but there's also been some moments of magic there. And then Concordia really looks like they have a plan and they're sticking to it. So penalty coming against the Stingers for collapsing the scrum. Jamie Lee Walker is going to look to boot it down the sideline, probably try and give her forwards another opportunity to maul.
Concordia in their red zone where they don't want to be, but will look to defend it as hard as they can. Emma Wade with a throw for GG's.
Yeah, lots of jumping options here for the GGs.
It's going to be a 7-person line out.
Going to go up to Borsboom. He's going to take it down for the maul. Things are rolling for the GGs here again. Great momentum.
Concordia doing their best to stop this.
But GGs are looking really powerful here.
They keep on going.
Ref's going to say that's one. Farida El-Sharqui is going to take it and go herself. No call yet here from the ref. He's going to have a talk with his sideline ref, whether that was touchdown.
Or
Concordia Stingers seem to think it was held up. No try for the knock-on. But we're going to go back to a previous penalty again at the maul. Concordia is having a real tough time finding answers for this GG's maul. You know, as we roll into playoff time, a couple things are super important, and set piece is certainly one of them. So you can tell that GG's have this experience in playoff season. They're looking to their forwards at set piece, and the forwards are delivering. Going to be a scrum on the 5-meter line for the GGs. Great opportunity here, too. Just off to the right a little bit, but still some space on the short side where we see Masindi.
Masindi, very powerful runner as well.
But a bent arm penalty is going to go to the Stingers. Mahalia Robertson's going to kick it. It's going to bounce out. But because it was a bent arm penalty, it will be a GG's ball. So a loss of about 40 yards here for the GG's, but still have possession.
Concordia defended their try zone as best as they can, and it worked out. Now they are 40 yards free.
Yeah, definitely relieves a little bit of pressure. Emma Wade again with the throw-in. She's been great at the line-out this season.
Hope you didn't jinx it just now.
And it's another clean line-out. GG's are going to go for the maul again. It's been working for them. This one's a bit slower, but still forward momentum going.
Emma Wade with the ball, I believe.
GG's get a second burst here. Another penalty coming against Concordia at the maul.
Peeling off. The GG's are still
GG's
going.
still rolling with the maul. Show of complete dominance here. El-Sharqui is going to start looking for her backs. Sarah White's at first receiver. We're going to come back to the penalty. This is about 4 or 5 now.
Yeah.
Penalty is at the maul. I wouldn't be surprised if going forward we might see the ref look to his pocket for some cards. You know, that's something they tend to do for repeated offenses.
Jamie Lee Walker.
Kick's not going to go out of bounds, so Stingers are going to boot it back. Jamie Lee Walker is there, though. Passes out to Bowie, who's going to take it in stride. Knocked on by the number 12. This may be a card here coming for an intentional knock-on. Or not.
TMO.
Yeah.
But it's GG ball.
Speaking of World Rugby, we did see a card for that same offense today, New Zealand versus Ireland.
Aaron Smith, number 9 for New Zealand.
If you as a defender intentionally knock forward a pass that's going to another player, it is a yellow card. But Concordia having too many players. They're going to have to send a couple away. Going to go up front to Winnie Au. But throw is not straight here. Concordia will have the option, scrum or line out. They're going to opt for the scrum on the 15-meter line. You know, still a really low-scoring game considering possession and field positioning. I think we've been in the Concordia Stingers half about most of the game, but they've
been holding up on defense.
They have. Huge scrum from the GGs. Como out to Robinson, who's hit hard by Sarah White.
Concordia with the ball still going.
Sarah White's going to get up and make another tackle right away.
With
help from Tylo Borsboom. They're going to try and hold her up for a maul.
Ketsia also doing the same thing.
Some great rugby IQ here. Huge hit by the two props from the GGs. Robinson going to look to relieve some pressure.
Aurora.
Nice by Aurora Bowie. However,
offside from Concordia.
Sorry, offside from the GGs.
Right.
Robinson's going to find touch, gives her team a line out.
On the half. Buller with the ball for Concordia.
Well read by the GGs. Ball's going to go to the outside hand of the Concordia jumper, so it's going to be called not straight. Some great defensive reads there from, looked like they had their primary defensive jumper as Rachel Steele, but she read it well to turn around and boost Tylo Borsboom.
GGs will opt for the line out at the 45-yard line.
Rachel Steele coming out of this line out. She's going to join her pal Ketsia Kamba in midfield. We're going to go up to Leah Stiles. Ball just bobbled out of hand, then bobbled again by a Concordia Stinger.
But GG's with the knock on first, so Concordia gets the ball.
10 minutes left in the first half here. Only 7-0 for the GGs, despite possession.
Concordia with the ball. At their 45.
Another huge scrum from the GGs. Ball spurts at the back. Como's going to have to jump on it for a loss of about 5 meters.
Concordia still with ball possession. We'll look
Steve's going to take it for a pick and go.
Couple pick and goes here from the Concordia Stingers.
Ball's going to go out to number 8, Anderson, but it's a big hit by Oyatorin. Robinson is not going to opt for the clearance kick. She's going to try and run it, and she manages to escape a number of GGs before getting taken down by Borsboom. Hurt player in the field, but we're going to play on.
Usually we try to avoid that, but
awkward kick, but it ends up in a good spot here. Blythe is going to take it to deck. Interesting.
Call.
Ref's going to call that they lost their feet in the ruck. The crowd is not happy about that. I thought there was multiple offenses there because it looked like the jackler came in through the side. Steve's going to come off here for injury. Looks like they will be replaced. We'll get a number here in a second.
Little water break for everyone here.
All the best. Hope they're okay. Looks like the refs are getting a bit of a water break as well. Maybe. There is a loose child on the field.
It's the ref's kid.
Thought it was a water break, but that's okay. Time was off. Robinson just missed his touch. Walker's going to send it back down the sideline, but Robinson was well placed to receive it. She's got some speed and great kicking skills. She's going to send it to Bowie, who's going to kick it back. She finds some space over the head of the 15. Bowie's going to play some soccer, and then
Tackles.
huge hit.
What a performance by Aurora Bowie.
Huge solo effort.
Definitely defensive woman of the season.
Yeah, she's always been a great player. Started in her first year and every year since, but this season she's really broken out of her shell and is really owning into that 15 position. She, as well as Jamie Lee Walker, has started every single position at number 15, and you can see why. Gigi scrum.
Gigi split.
Boars boom. El Sharkoui. Walker. Masindi just misses the pass. Ball's going to bounce out of bounds for a Concordia lineout.
Concordia ball. Buller with the ball. Little fake.
Como Robinson is going to send it out to her lock.
But met by Ketsia, the other lock for the GGs. GGs on defense.
Another huge hit by Sarah White. Come to expect those from her. Anderson is going to be met by some GG's forwards. Ketsia Kama manages to rip it out of her hands, but it's going to be advantage to the Stingers.
Unsure what's going on here.
Fans are starting to get into it here. There is a pretty big crowd from Concordia. Sideline ref is going to confirm that it was a knock-on by the Stingers.
Unfortunately, the main ref cannot see everything. That's why the side judges are there to help him.
Substitution here coming for the GGs. I think it's a blood sub. Stick a bit of gauze up her nose and she'll be good to go.
ATs work quickly.
Sophie McDonald's going to rejoin her pack here for GG scrum. Left-hand scrum for the Gs.
Five minutes left into the first half.
Now they're driving scrum by the GGs. They're going to go short side to Masindi. Great little run. Manages to stay in bounds. Al Sharqui out to Oyatoran. Ball's going to be knocked forward by number 26. White is going to take a bit of a half gap.
Still on her feet.
Spinning and finding a couple more yards.
Tackled by
Great
number
groundwork.
26.
McDonald. Walker to Grizzy. Shakes off a defender and keeps going.
Concordia doing their best to defend this burgundy wall.
Bit of a high tackle, but not enough to warrant a call. Bowie's just going to knock it forward and then kick it.
Ref's going to let it play. Advantage for Concordia. Mahalia probably going to look to kick it out. Next phase.
Big hit by Steele. Mahalia going to kick it over the head of Bowie. Advantage has been gained on both sides. Jamie Lee Walker tries her best to keep it in bounds, but sideline ref almost takes out a Concordia stinger. Looks like Jamie Lee Walker didn't get a hand on it, so it still will be their ball.
GG's. Emma Wade with a nice bruised.
Yeah, she's going to have a nice black eye. 6-person line out for the GGs. Nice steal by the Stingers.
Stingers still with ball possession.
I think that's the first missed or second missed line out only for the GGs thus far. Ball's going to be knocked forward, and GGs are going to play on. Big bosh from Sarah White. Going to go to the sideline. Blythe finds a little bit of space, tries to keep it in bounds, but
unfortunately it gets brought out by Concordia. Good defense by Concordia.
Ketsia Kamba's a bit confused as to why they're not going back to the advantage.
And again, we discovered last week that advantages are up to the ref. So that was up to the ref. Another steal from Steele.
Sophie McDonald with a good carry. Scrum half's going to pass it out to Sarah White. Grizzy, wide pass to Bowie, flat pass to Masindi. A little bit of dance and a spin. Finds some yardage here. Spin again. She's a hard one to take down.
Girl can spin, that's for sure.
Spin and step, she does it all. Boars boom. Great ruck by Oyatoran. Winnie Au is going to manage to keep it in hand. Bowie with a tip line to Emma Wade, but it's going to be called forward. Oh, that was almost such a nice play.
Concordia definitely managed that defense pretty well, giving the GGs not a lot of space.
Yeah,
to
they
move the
really
ball.
are holding them off well, but the GGs are just playing so well in the chaos. There's been a lot of unstructured play, and the GGs have been playing really well in it.
100%. The next step for the GGs actually finish when they're in the green zone and score a try. But it's going to be Concordia ball, under 22. A minute left on the clock watch.
Very low scoring first half here.
Again, this is why I love playoff season. It's just so.
Still only a 1-score game. Anything can happen. Como with the put in. Huge defensive scrum by the GGs. But manages to find Robinson, who's going to opt for a bit more of a chip and gathers her own ball, shakes off the defender, is going to go for a bit of a run, passes out to her fullback. Jamie Lee Walker with a big hit. And the ball's going to bounce out of bounds. Great defensive play here from Jamie Lee Walker. Ref's going to look to his assistant referee here
For
whether or not there was a wrap or if there was no wrap in the tackle.
and that's half.
No call there, and we'll go to halftime here. And today we've got some special performances going on because it is our Pride Night. We have a couple, I believe 3 performances from some drag queens and kings. So we'll keep our broadcast going and enjoy the show. Ladies, women.
Please join us in listening to a halftime performance from our special guest this afternoon in celebration of our annual Pride Game. We pass the floor off to Drag King Zach Zinnia to MC our performance.
Hello, GG Nation, how are you? Someone just stuck our wheel. It's all good. Who has been to a drag show before? Heck yeah, my name is Zach Zinnia. I'm a drag king. I am alumni from U Ottawa Law Faculty. GG's baby. Although I will say hi to our friends. There's a lot of friends from Concordia over here, so. All right. We're going to put on a good show for everyone because that's what diversity and pride is all about. We are going to start with me. Are you guys ready for some entertainment? Amazing. And then we're going to have Ruby Fox Club and Eden Moore joining us, and we will pump you up for the next half.
That I don't know.
Oh, yes!
Doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always number 2. No one knows how hard I tried. I have feelings that I can't explain. Driving me insane. All my life been so polite, but I'll sleep alone tonight. 'Cause I just can't. Anywhere else I'd be intent. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of blood fragility? I'm just can't. Where I see love, she sees a friend. What will it take for her to see the man behind the telephone?
some noise for Zach Zinnia. Next up, let's hear it for Eden Moore.
Yeah, that's fine. Might have to log in. So we started before up there. I think Eden's still up there.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that halftime show from our U-Ottawa drag queens and kings.
I sure did.
Miami was dancing up here. I wish the camera was on her for a little bit, but we're back underway. RCQ semifinal action. 7-0 for the GGs going into the second half.
I don't think there's any substitutions for Concordia nor the GGs.
Concordia player with a bit of a mistake here. Fumbles the ball into touch. It's going to be a GG's line out about 20 yards into their green zone. If you're just joining us, it's been a tight score here. Lots of GG's possession and lots of dominance from the GGs at set piece, but some great defensive efforts here from Concordia, really holding the GGs off to a one-score game. So definitely some playoff rugby happening here at Matt Anthony Field. Robinson with the clearance kick. She's got the wind to her back this half. Walker is going to kick it back over the head of Como, but Robinson's there to field it. She's going to kick it back in field to Bowie. Just misses overhead. She's going to try and deke out Robinson, but Robinson meets her well.
GG's looking to get out of their half at this time.
JLW with the kick. Bounces, but recovered by the Stingers back three. Going to be advantage for a high tackle here against the GGs. Little one-on-one action with tackle coming from Debbie Oratorian.
Good fight by number 12 from Concordia.
Robinson's going to opt for the clearance kick, but we're going to go back to the penalty. Bit of a talk here between the referees about the severity of the incident. Time's going to be off, and ref's going to look to GG's captain, Sarah White, and Isabel Grisey. Might be a yellow card here for a seatbelt tackle. We've seen referees really crack down on any head contact, anything above the shoulders. So just a warning. So Robinson gonna kick to give herself and her Stingers a line out. 10 yards into their green zone. Looks like Steve has returned to the field, wearing number 23 at the front booster position. So maybe just a blood sub or an HIA, but fake to the front, go middle, but steal by steal. Emma Wade's gonna take it and just take it to deck. Big clear up by Leah Stiles. El Sharqui out to McDonald. But it's a great hit by Steve. Bowie, high kick. And it's going to be knocked on into touch by number 14 of the Stingers. So maybe an option here for the GGs, whether they want scrum or line out. GG's going to opt for the line out here. They've had a lot of success in the first half, especially with their maul. 6-person line out. Up to steal. It's going to be clean, down for the maul, and moving right away. Concordia trying their best to defend the Gigi's maul, but they're just going to keep on rolling down the sideline. Huge display of strength here by the Gigis.
It's 25 yards in, 30 now.
And they're still going. They've still got players in that maul, so they're just going to keep rolling until they can't anymore.
Bit of a stop here, but they're on their second roll.
Over the try line for the try.
Emma Wade, I believe again. She was the last person that had the ball.
That is 2 tries here for Emma Wade on the day. Only one on the scoreboard so far other than Aurora Bowie's convert. And both of them coming from the maul.
And her confidence of actually getting the ball in the back has finally paid off.
Yeah. She's really settling into the front row, I think, and a great game so far.
For those of you that don't know, and probably not a lot of you, Emma Wade used to be a 13 who got brought into the hooker position.
Well, she started out her first 2 years on the wing, then moved into the centers, and now has moved into the front row.
She moved into the dark side of the game. Aurora Bowie here gonna look to put 2 more points on the board.
You said it earlier, but, stuff like set piece really makes the difference in playoff rugby. Set piece and kicking are huge when it comes to this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of kicking, we'll go to Aurora Bowie for the convert. It's a good strike, but it's just going to go wide. So it's going to remain 12-0 for the Gigis 7 minutes into the second half.
Mahalia from Concordia for the kickoff.
Clearly whatever was said to the Gigis by Duncan McNaughton at half was...
What a throw by number 7.
Backwards pass to find her teammate, but then brought out of bounds. So a great play, but ultimately turned over. As I was saying, not sure what was said in the locker room, but Gigi's come out and after, 30 minutes of no score, managed to find the scoreboard in a handful of minutes. So. Gigi's line out. Up to Borsboom, who's going to take down for another maul. Concordia are still contesting, so this one looks like a bit of a better defense here.
Gigi's peeling off to the right.
Ball out to captain Sarah White, who's met at game line.
By number 4 from Concordia. Little boom action from Farida.
Oh, bit of a high contact there, so it's going to be a penalty advantage to the Gigis. Ball's going to go back to Jamie Lee Walker, who's going to kick it overhead. I don't know if she knows that they had advantage. Seemed like more of an exit strategy than a
play.
But nonetheless, Gigi's get the ball back. JL Dubs eyeing down the sideline. It's a nice kick. She's going to gain about 30 or 40 yards, I think. Looks like we have a substitution here coming for Concordia, number 5. Anisha Onley is going to come out.
Not sure what the number is yet for the replacement.
Tyler Borsboom's not going to opt for the maul this time. They're going to pass it out to Ketsia Kamba, who's had a stellar season. 9 tries to her name.
4th in the RCQ.
Leia Stiles with a rumbling carry. Jamie Lee Walker, Masindi to White. Manages to get to Bowie. Ball just finds ground, but they're going to swing it out to the other side. Borsboom is taken down.
Good tackle by number 10.
Advantage coming to the GGs. Player off their feet in the ruck. Grizzy is going to take it to gain line. Leia Stiles met right away, but manages to stay on her feet for a couple yards. White to Oyatoran.
Good little
Nice
pop.
little crack ball there. Bowie is going to opt for the crossfield kick.
Play their advantage. Again, as we were saying earlier, when you hear or you see that you have an advantage as a team, you're going to try and make some magical play happen to see what can unfold from that. But if it doesn't play out, you get the ball back. So might as well try some fancy stuff.
Penalty right in front of the uprights, so Aurora Bowie's going to opt for the convert. Like we said, there was a long spell in the first half without any scores. So anytime you have an opportunity to get a couple points on the board, you know, even if it's just
Take
three, you should take it. So really great decision. You know, high rugby IQ coming from the leaders in this GG side.
Unfortunate.
Seemed like a bit of a missed strike there for Bowie. But it's going to be a goal line dropout, so GG's will get possession back. Sorry, it's going to be a 22. I believe it's when it's off the tee and you tap it down in the end zone, it's still a 22 drop. Ball's going to find El Sharkawi. Also an interesting story. Farida used to play hook and has now found her way to scrum half position. She's been having a great season. Tyler Borsboom's going to find the ball at the back of the ruck, a couple of stiff arms. Then the offload to Steele, who's got some speed.
GG's still going. Ketsia Kamba with the ball. GG's definitely made 20 yards. Probably pick and goes now from Winnie. GG's entering their green zone, the try zone, as we call it. Nice and composed as of right now.
Oh my goodness, great carry by Deborah. Manages to find a couple yards.
Ketsia.
Just shy of the try line. GG's are knocking on the door here.
Unfortunate
error by the GGs. I think they got a bit too excited, you know, tried to go for the touchdown of the ball and ended up getting jackled or not releasing.
GG player down here, Ketsia Kamba. Looks like her foot.
She was grabbing the back of her leg, so hope all was okay there.
GG's making subs as well during this break time.
Number 22, Julia Latremoy, is going to take off Farida El Sharkawi. The two have shared scrum half responsibilities, about half and half this season, and it's great to have, you know, two experienced scrum halves on your roster.
Alicia Contois also coming in for Sophie, I believe.
McDonald. Alicia is a former Sherbrooke player, now completing her master's here at the University of Ottawa.
Hope to see Sherbrooke get a team back up and running.
Bit of time off here.
Sub, number 6 from Concordia, has now left the field.
Overthrow and not straight, so it's going to be a GG's ball. Scrum on the 15.
GG's pumped. Obviously, probably want to get more points on the board. That was a very close one recently and could not finish, unfortunately.
Sorry, they're going to choose the line out here. Six-person line out for the GGs. We've seen that almost all day long. Fake at the back, then go to the middle. It's a clean line out to steal, but ref says it's not straight. Just a bit too much to her outside shoulder, I think.
Concordia opting for the scrum.
Bit more of a safer option here. You know, there is a bit of wind here, so definitely playing into the line out.
Concordia ball. Under 30. Number 9, Megan Como.
Another big drive from the G's, but managed to get it out to the backs. Robinson with a great kick over the head of the U Ottawa backfield players. Bowie's gonna look for some space on the edge. Nice pass to Masindi, who's
stiff arms.
Gonna manage to stay in bounds.
Julia.
Leah Stiles gonna keep driving the legs for a couple yards. Latremoy gonna sling it back to Masindi, who rumbles forward. Latremoy to Oyatoran. Bit of a half gap. Manages to find a couple more. White picked off.
Huge interception by Concordia. Met well by Jimmy Lee Walker. U Ottawa trying to keep the Concordia player up.
Great play by the GGs.
Steals the ball.
Sarah White's going to come down the edge here.
Going for a run.
Huge run by the captain. Out to Ella Blythe, who gets taken out of bounds, unfortunately. But some
massive play
Some
here.
great play on both ends, you know, from Concordia to read that flat pass and get the intercept, and then by Jamie Lee Walker to see, you know, that the attacker was in a bit of an upright position. She could hold her up, and then if you're managed to keep the player from getting their knees down, it actually becomes a maul, and once it's a maul, you actually don't have to let go of the ball. So
it's fair play. And then someone from the GGs ripped out the ball from Concordia's hands, and GG's ball. But back to Concordia. Steal with a steal, but Concordia gets it back.
Steve with a good run here. Number 12 with the kick, but it's met right away by Ketsia Kamba, former basketball player.
Leaning tower of Ketsia.
Sarah White to Grizzy. It's going to step inside, but is met right away by a stinger.
Looks
penalty
like
against
obstruction.
the GGs for obstruction.
GG's get to go in the green zone, but unfortunately cannot finish.
That was kind of the story of the first half, you know, GG's getting good field positioning, but then not being able to finish. But new half, we'll see what happens. We still got 20 minutes to play here. Really feeling like playoff rugby now.
Bueller with the ball. 6-person.
They're going to opt to go to the front to Steve, but Tackled right away by Otoran. Anderson with the take. Flat pass through the backs. Number 12, Leanne Duncan with a huge run.
Big offload to number 9,
Como.
Concordia. Concordia still with
Advantage too.
the ball. Mahalia going quick. 1-2 step.
But a huge hit by Deborah again. Another great tackle by Steele. But
Conyu inching closer.
And it's going to be a jackal by the front row player, Alicia Comtois.
Oh, oui, oui.
Ben oui. JLW. Gonna kick for the line out here.
Jamie Lee Walker has a huge boot. Trying to take us down here, Dodge.
Almost dropped my bubbly.
This is not sponsored by Bubbly.
But I am a fan. So, Bubbly, if you're listening.
Sponsored Dodge. Gigi's ball here on the half. Concordia ready for them.
5-person line out, switching things up a little bit here. Keep
Keeping
them
it
on their
spicy.
toes. Leah Stiles, great clean line out. That's Mamoy, Walker, flat pass to Kamba.
Huge stiff arm, little bobble, but good recovery by Julia.
Deborah gonna play scrum half. Ball out back to Miss Cindy, who does well to maintain possession. Steele, ball out back to Walker, who's gonna kick back. Ball finds number 14, Sarah Scott.
Going for a run here, met by Debs.
A little bit of chaos here on both sides. Robinson with the grubber through. Bowie takes it nicely. Oh, she would have been gone.
What's the call?
Offside for the GGs.
Got it.
I believe that was in the chase of the Jamie Lee Walker kick.
Tap and go.
Stinger's gonna play. Ball out to Steve, who's a big runner. They're gonna keep pumping the legs.
Needs 2 GGs to get down.
Nice tackle by Emma Wade. And another huge hit by Tylo Borsboom. She's a menace in the ruck. Steve gonna pick and go. Como, Robinson, flat pass, almost picked off by Isabel Grise, but it's knocked forward.
Knocked on by the GGs is what the ref is calling.
Not stopping the play for the injured player, though. Como is going to take it herself.
Emma Wade with a tackle.
Huge disruption here by Comtois at the ruck, and then a nice tackle. Anderson hit right away by 2 GG's forwards. Robinson's going to get up after being on the ground and kick it nicely to Bowie. Kick is blocked and into touch. After a crazy couple of minutes, we finally have some stoppage of play. Ultimately, Stinger's winning that territory battle.
Time off. Gets Kumba on the ground, taking a knee. Great kick by Mahalia.
Yeah, she was being tended to by the ATs, and then
Just
as
got
soon
right
as
back
as
up.
soon as she got up, the ball went to her hands. You can see the Stingers really look to her.
Power
for her
player,
boot.
for sure.
Ketsia going to keep playing. It's going to be a Stingers line out.
Is it?
Sorry.
Ketsia's coming out.
Ow.
Ketsia's coming out.
Ow. Not sure what
Emma Wade will be throwing in. Annalise taking Ketsia's position. Ketsia's having issues with her calves, her leg. Not quite sure.
looks like we might have Kaylee McMillan on the field for the GGs as well.
Huge jackal or poach by Jamie Lee Walker. Beautifully executed as well.
Yeah,
Showed release.
Yeah.
And went straight for the ball.
Really showing up when the GGs needed it, you know.
Kind of same position as they were, maybe 10 yards up. Concordia here trying to put some points on the board.
Only 15 minutes to play. It's currently 12-0 for the GGs. Wade up to Stiles. Called not straight. I thought it was, but
then again, we're not on the field.
They don't pay me to make the calls. So it's going to be a scrum to the Stingers. Stinger's been able to maintain some good field positioning here for a number of minutes after being held in their own half for a big part of the second half. Como, the put in, a bit more of a stable scrum here. Robinson, pop pass to her number 13, who's taken down by her opposite number.
Nice break. Half break. Tyler Borsboom. Huge tackle.
Steve with a run. Momentum coming for the Stingers. They're going to go out to their number 12, then to their lock number 4. That's Dufresne Roberts.
Nice inside ball by Robinson, sorry. GG's
have stolen possession. Not rolling away, I think was the call. GG's managed to escape another threatening play of attack here from the Stingers.
Good kick by Jamie Lee Walker.
We're going to have a line out in about the same spot we've had the last 2 lineouts.
Yeah.
So bit of a replay. Sounded more like a cat than a rewind.
Yeah. God, we're gonna have to buy you one of those piano thingies.
A soundboard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your onomatopoeia is just, it's not it.
Big
Dodge.
word.
Thank you.
Borsboom gonna take it herself.
Still on her feet. Unfortunately, gets brought down.
Unfortunately on her feet.
Unfortunately, gets brought down by her own
player.
By her own self, actually.
Her own self.
Concordia going for a massive run.
Big hit, double tackle though from Annalise Way and Sarah White.
Box kick. Jamie Lee
Finds
Walker.
Jamie Lee Walker, who's going to chip it just over the heads of the defense.
With
It's
no
a
one
good
inside.
spot. She going to be able to get it? She is. Can she keep it in bounds? I can't tell.
There's no flag still. Gigi's ball on a 10-yard line.
Leah Stiles with a good run. Forwards are going to do what they do best. The bit of hard yards.
Lots of pick and goes.
Ball out to Steele, but it's a big hit coming from
Number
12 from the Stingers.
Stingers doing a really good
Leanne
job
Duncan, she's had an amazing game as well.
defending. Steal down for the GGs, but the GGs are still going. Leah Stiles with the ball.
Winnie with a great carry.
Nice and low.
Nice and low. Tyler Borsboom again with a good carry. Kaylee McMillan's going to go the opposite way, but is met by a host of Stingers.
A bit high, unfortunately, so gets brought back from the couple hard yards that the GGs just made.
Gigi's going to look to kind of play the clock out a bit and try and get down for 5, and they do. We'll get a number for that in a second here.
If we can. It's just a blob of GGs.
I think it may have been Leah Stiles.
Or it could have been Alicia Contois. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's Leah Stiles.
Forwards really coming out clutch for the GGs this game. All tries have been scored within the pack. 2 off a maul, and now their 3rd try of the day on some pick and goes.
Gotta love the forwards for that. Rachel Steele coming off. Or a Bowie.
Go straight down the middle. She's going to be, I think, 2 for 4 today.
2 for 4 today, yes. Aurora Bowie's the 2nd try scorer for the GGs. And she is 5th in the RCQ with her conversions. New player for the GGs, number 19.
I believe that may be Marley Magnuson.
Probably taking Rachel Steele's spot.
Borsboom. Met by some Stingers. Nice latch by Kaylee McMillan. Help her pal out. Jamie Lee Walker with the clearance kick over the head of the Concordia fullback. But Maddie McTavish is going to pass out to Mahalia Robinson. Marley Magnuson gets in on the action for the first time.
Sarah White brings Como down. Concordia.
Big hit from some GG's forwards.
Concordia looking to get out of their half here.
Anderson. Ball to Robinson. But Jamie Lee Walker has been well positioned all game to receive those.
Jamie Lee Walker and Aurora have been receiving Mahalia's kicks all
Just
all day
as we
long.
say that, it goes over the
Good
head
position.
of some GG's. Latremoy is going to look to recover.
Good kicking.
She has a nice stiff arm, but then met right away by a Concordia.
Number 7.
Number 7, that's Roxanne Galavno. Nice hit.
She's been having a good game as well.
Jamie Lee Walker going to try and get the GG's out of some trouble here. And it's a great clearance kick, but it stays in bounds. I don't think anyone really anticipated that.
Aurora
is going to call the mark again. Really great decision.
Yes. Sorry, I was gonna say I've seen in the World Cup as soon as they call mark, they just kick it out kick it right away instead of kicking it out.
Yeah, there's been some quite a few phases of unstructured play. Probably just looking to slow it down a little bit. You know, even if it will be a Concordia line out, they still got themselves out of their like deep red zone. So looks like Ngozi Masindi is going to come out. Not
Taylor
sure.
Hendricks come in.
Yes. Sorry.
Concordia ball. Robinson, a little bit of fumble, but recovers.
Emma Wade's going to hold her up. And Gigi's, sorry, it's going to be a penalty against the Gigi's. Mahalia is going to take it quick.
Finds a little gap, but Sarah White does not let go. Sorry, that was not Sarah White.
Leah Stiles, I believe. Good hit here by Winnie Au.
Going quick, Concordia. That's Sarah White.
Huge hit. Sarah White, that's what she's known for here. Comtois with the tackle. Number 26, Kendra Harrison's going to take it for a couple yards. Another great hit by Leah Stiles. Speaking of big hitters.
That's another one for sure.
Ball's going to go back to Robinson, who's going to try for the drop goal, but it's going to go short, and Jamie Lee Walker's going to field it. Offloads to Hendrick, who gets taken down. Ball back to Bowie. Great positioned kick. They had 3 or 4 back, and she managed to get in the middle of all of them.
Nice pass from Concordia.
Some great dancing moves there by Winnie Au to read the tackle. Ball's going to come to the short side here. Another big hit by Sarah White, but Concordia Stinger manages to keep her feet. That's number 13, Kelsey Sylvester.
Talo Borsboom.
Causing some disruption here.
Giving the
Box
ball to
kick
Gigi.
by Julia Lachamoy is
Sarah White with the ball now.
gonna try that again, but this one's a little bit better placed. Ella Blythe on the
Blythe?
chase. No!
Wow.
Oh, that was almost so good.
Dodge screaming.
Apologies if anyone's listening with earphones. Almost a really great phase of play there. If Ella Blythe could have that one back, I'm sure she would. But
you live and you learn.
Some really fun stuff happening on the field.
With 4 minutes left of this game, GGs are up 19 to Concordia 0.
It's going to be a scrum for the knock-on. Concordia on their 22. Lots of new faces in the scrum here on both sides, so we'll see how they fare in the scrum. Is that funny?
Just said scrum so many times.
Yeah, I did.
Como with the ball.
Good scrum by the GGs, but Como is going to pass it out to Robinson. Flat pass to...
Oh, wow.
We're going to come back for the knock-on here by the Stingers.
I think this is the first time that the Concordia runs it in their 22.
Mahalia Robinson going to have a quick chat with the ref. GG's with some great field positioning here. Left hand scrum, just outside the hash marks.
It's cold, Dodge, okay.
Latremoy with the ball.
Bent arm.
Bent arm penalty against the GGs. Couldn't catch that hand signal from where we're sitting. Robinson gonna kick for the sideline. and finds it at about half. Going to be another Concordia lineout.
Golden boot goes to Mahalia Robinson for sure. Girl has a
Yeah, great skill with her boot.
mhm.
So only about a minute and a half here left, Miami.
Yes.
Tell me your standout players of the match.
For Concordia, 100%. Number 10, Robinson. Huge IQ in rugby, massive kick. She did play for Canada, right? U23, I believe. And number 7 for Concordia.
I would throw in also number 12, Leanne Duncan. She had some great runs, find some space. So yeah, I'd definitely add her in the mix as well.
For sure. For the GGs, I think Tylo had a pretty good game today, just showing up and disrupting a couple rucks, and it's always beautiful to see Sarah White back on the field doing massive hits.
Yeah, she missed 3 games this season, so she's kind of back with an exclamation point in this game with some big hits.
Yeah, and then Aurora Bowie with just all the
Yeah.
kick receive and kicking, and even though she had one unfortunate kick, but we won't judge her because of that.
Never. I'd also throw in the mix Deborah Oritoran. She had a massive game, and it's been set piece heavy, so we gotta give some props to the props,
And the steals by Steele too.
Yeah.
Nice little
switch into Duncan. He's gonna take it to the line. Ball out back to Robinson, who's just gonna go over the head of the defense, but Bowie finds it. She's gonna get taken down by 2 Stingers back 3. Julia Lachamoy thinks about the box kick, but passes it off to Way.
Sees a little gap.
Back to Bowie, who's gonna kick. Robinson.
Huge kick again. We'll find.
Not gonna want to let this one go out.
Oh.
Bowie manages to save it, kick it back. Como met right away by Grizzy. And a great ruck by Way and Blythe to disrupt things.
Quick kick by number 15.
Lachamoy with the kick. Finds Robinson. Who's
Lots of kicking.
Gonna bomb it down into the try zone. We'll see if it bounces out the back.
And it does.
And that is game, folks. Final score 19-0 for your U Ottawa GGs, which means they have earned their berth to nationals and to the RCQ finals. Lots of hugs all around for the GGs, but really great playoff rugby here at Matt Anthony Field. Huge props to the Stingers, who put on a great show as well. There are lots of improvements since the last time that they saw GGs.
Yeah, so since the win, GGs are advancing to the final game, which is going to be held at Laval University, since Laval today won against the Carleton Ravens 40-13. So the GGs are on the road next week, I believe.
Yep.
The 21st of October. So stay tuned to watch that.
And they'll get a little precursor to nationals at Stade Toulouse, with nationals being held at Laval this year.
Yeah.
Still lots of great rugby to be played by your U Ottawa GGs. And massive thanks to all our Concordia fans who tuned in today. Great season for the Stingers.
Yeah, big time. Huge celebration from the GGs, and I think for me and Dodge for the women's season, it's done, unfortunately. So we hope to see you next year. We'll still be here for the men's team, though. So
tune in.
Tune in for that.
And thank you for joining us today. Bye.
Bye.